Hello Magic Makers, welcome to Storytime with Mombierella. This is a young adult fiction and may be inappropriate for some younger viewers. Evil Thing. A Tale of That DeVille Woman by Serena Valentino. Copyright Disney Enterprises Incorporated, 2020. Chapter 20. A Wild and Stormy Night. Anita called me at Hell Hall early one evening, about 3 weeks later, to let me know the puppies were arriving. She seemed like she regretted saying I could have them, like she was trying to figure out how to wriggle her way out of her promise. Well, I wasn't going to let her. I drove over there straight away, even if I couldn't have the puppies that evening. And I had to wait until they were old enough to leave their mother. I still wanted to see them. They were mine. Mine, I say. Mrs. Bailey let me into the house and showed me to the living room, before she ran off to the kitchen to rejoin Roger and Anita. I do believe she was afraid to be alone in the room with me. I paced in the living room, waiting for my puppies to be born, while everyone else fretted and cooed over Pongo and Perdita. And then I heard the news. I heard Mrs. Bailey's bellowing from the living room. The puppies are here!" she yelled, and then came Roger's voice. "How many?" 8, did I hear them say? There were 8 puppies. My goodness, what I could do with 8 puppies. It was going even better than I'd planned. 8 puppies, and then the woman bellowed again. 10! 10 puppies! I couldn't believe it. I continued to pace in the living room, but I could hear everything going on in the kitchen. 11! Yelled Mrs. Bailey, and the number of puppies kept rising. Now this was even better than I'd hoped for. It was a miracle. I waited for what felt like an eternity for everyone to come out of the kitchen. They were whispering in there about something. They were talking in hushed tones. I could hardly hear them. And then I heard it. 15 puppies. I couldn't wait any longer. I had to see them. 15 puppies. 15 puppies. How marvelous. How marvelous. How perfectly... Ugh. Wait, something wasn't right. They didn't have their spots. Anyone could make a white fur coat. Even I had one of those, for heaven's sakes. I wanted spotted fur. It had to be spotted. It had to be special. I was robbed. I was lied to. What had that Perdita been up to? White puppies, indeed. Oh, the devil take it, they're mongrels. No spots. No spots at all. What a horrid little white rat, I said, looking at the ugly creature in Mrs. Bailey's arms. They're not mongrels, yelled Mrs. Bailey. They'll get their spots. Just you wait and see. That's right, Cruella. They'll have their spots in a few weeks, said Anita, coming out of the washroom. Oh, well, in that case, I'll take them all. The whole litter. Just name your price, dear, I said. I knew she was only expecting me to want a few of them. She'd promised me the litter before she knew how many puppies Perdita was carrying. Well, I intended to take them all. Anita looked pained. I'm afraid we can't give them up. Poor Perdita, she'd be heartbroken. She'd changed her mind. She went back on her promise. I was livid, but I tried to play it cool. Anita, don't be ridiculous. You can't possibly afford to keep them. You can scarcely afford to feed yourselves, I said. But Anita wasn't budging. I'm sure we'll get along, she said, her mind made up. Yes, I know. Roger's songs. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, now really, enough of this nonsense. I'll pay you twice what they're worth. Come now, I'm being more than generous. I took out my checkbook, even though I barely had 2 quid to rub together. Blast this pen! Blast this wretched pen! Ah! It was really quite funny when I think of it now. The ink sprayed all over Roger. When can the puppies leave their mother? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I asked. I could hardly wait. Never. It was Roger. He'd found his voice. That stammering fool said he wasn't going to give up a single puppy to me. I had to ask Anita if he was serious. I mean, really. How can you take such a man seriously? He was a joke, a laughing stock. Imagine a man like him trying to stand up to me. And Anita, well, if she wanted to be a fool's dish rag, then that was her misfortune. I was through with her. Through with all of them. I'll get even. Just you wait. You'll be sorry, you fools! You idiots!
Please come back next time for more. If you haven't had a chance to yet, please take a second, hit that thumbs up, comment down below, say hello, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell as well. And share with a friend who'd like to hear these stories And if you'd like to help me continue to do these readings, make sure to check out my social media links and Patreon page down below. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Remember, let it go and keep moving forward. Have a magical day. See you next time. Bye.